Hello, everybody, and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Tuesday, the 20th of January. Today, I'd like to share with you a devotion from Bear Grylls' Soul Fuel. It's called Tackling Life. He says, how can we tackle huge projects without getting overwhelmed? How can we face even the smallest of tasks when often we just don't feel able? Chosen by God to be a military leader, Gideon faced some monumental struggles. His response was very human. He was riddled with fear. Gideon replied, how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family. The Lord answered, I will be with you. It's taken from the 6th chapter of Judges, verses 15 and 16. The same promise that God made to Gideon is repeated by Jesus to us. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. That's from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 20. If we want empowered lives, we have to start with the knowledge and trust that He is with us, ready to guide and strengthen our steps each day. Be confident in that simple life-changing truth, because it changes everything. If we want empowered lives, we have to start with the knowledge and trust that God is with us. And he says here, there's in footnote says, I had this verse engraved on the inside of Shara's wedding ring when we were first married. It's a good one. If we want empowered lives, we have to start with the knowledge and trust that God is with us. I need that myself this week because I am still working from home, as you can see, and I am a slow learner when it comes to walking on crutches and keeping weight off my foot and all of the things. I have been a slow learner most of my life, and I have learned through time and through patience that when I try to do something with my own steam, um, I don't end up where I need to be. But when I allow myself to lean into Jesus, when I remember that it's God who says, I'm calling you to this, then I need to trust in that. It's like the first time I was on a roller coaster. I was with the Girl Guides, and I think it was either Listowel or Hanover, so I was in grade 5 or 6. And at the end of the year, we took a trip to Vaughan, which is just outside Toronto in Ontario, and we went to their newly opened Wonderland, and it had a wooden roller coaster. I don't know if it's still there, but it was really famous at the time. This wooden roller coaster, and I'm terrified of heights. I don't like going over bridges. I I can't stand things like that. So for me to go on a roller coaster was pretty much it was pretty much peer pressure. Um, the basically our guiding leader said, we have to have chaperones for all of the kids, and every other one of the kids wanted to go on the roller coaster, and that meant that I needed to go because they couldn't leave me behind. They needed all the chaperones to go with the kids. So here I go onto this roller coaster. And when I got on, I must have looked terrified because the person who was sort of strapping us in and checking the bars, when they push the bar down and it clicks and they give it a pull just to show that it's locked in. Um, they're probably 18, 19 years old, but they seemed like a real adult to me. I really trusted them. And he looked at me and said, it's going to be okay. Thousands have taken this ride before you and no one's gotten hurt. And I realized I had to just trust. I was stuck. I couldn't get out of it. So there was no point in worrying about it. I had to be there. It didn't matter that it was a wooden instead of a steel roller coaster. I was going to be okay. I had to just believe that all the people, the engineers, all the people who made it, all the people who went before me had made it, so I'd be okay. And lo and behold, that was the most amazing ride, and I became a roller coaster junkie. That one didn't go upside down, but I even have discovered that I love going upside down on roller coasters, even though I can barely walk or drive over a bridge, and I can't stand heights. I can handle roller coasters. But the thing is, I had to put my trust in those who went before me, and those who were the engineers who prepared the roller coaster, and the probably the young teenager who was the one who was responsible for my security. I had to place my trust in those who knew more than I did. And when we are going through the difficult times in life, or not even difficult, but things that maybe make us pause or give it we're a little bit worried about or concerned about, or things we just don't know and don't understand yet, we have to trust. If we want empowered lives, we have to start with the knowledge and trust that God is with us. God didn't ask Gideon to do anything that God hadn't already prepared Gideon to do and prepared the world for Gideon to do it in. God doesn't ask anything of us that we haven't already been given the gifts that we need or will be given the gifts that we need as we go through the process. And God also goes ahead of us to prepare the ground before us, that when we get to where we're going, it will be ready for us to do what we're called to do. It seems like a really simple thing, but I know it's not. I know it can be really hard and heavy sometimes. But you just have to remember that, whether it's dealing with the world at large around us, or even just the simple things like worrying about going to a doctor's appointment or trying something for a new time. I might be going on a first date or meeting a new friend for coffee or trying a new hobby, whatever it might be, whatever it is that you're concerned you just can't do. Acknowledge that you're right. You can't do it by yourself. But then remember, you're not doing it by yourself. God is with you. Gideon replied, "But how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least to my family." The Lord answered, "I will be with you." And then Jesus' words, "And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." There is absolutely not one thing in your life that you can't handle because God is with you. It's as simple as that. So step out in faith and trust and know that God is with you. You might stumble, you might fail, but there's nothing wrong with that as long as you try. So, whatever it is you're facing today, God be with you. And remember that God is with you. And you have been empowered to do what God has called you to do. God bless you as you step out in faith with God by your side. I'll see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachel. And remember, you are loved.